Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
I'm good. No sweat. All right, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Yashah Brakatham, Yahweh Shemath Bashim Yashah. I'm preaching up to 5,000 Yadai, holding down the second night of Purim. Understand something. Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, all high holy days and our feast days are truly important, because one thing that we have to understand, you know what I mean, about being the chosen people of God. Latino man, First Nation man, Black man and woman, we are the real Israelites of antiquity, and we have high holy days, and we have feast days that we must observe. We are in the second night of Purim, and Purim, you know what I mean, is to remember, you know what I mean, what happened during the time when we was in captivity, when we was in slavery, you know what I mean, going into Babylon. You know what I mean? There was a righteous brother by the name of Mordecai, and he had a righteous daughter, you know what I mean, who was technically his niece, but he raised her as his own, Esther, who came up, you know what I mean, and fought, you know what I mean, for our people, you know what I mean, against our enemies, man. One of our greatest enemies that we've ever had is Amalek, you know what I mean? This wicked bastard Haman that we're going to read about, you know what I mean, and Esther came up against our people. And Haman would be a so-called Amalekite today. He would be Benjamin Netanyahu's people. He would be a so-called Jew, the fake Jew, you know what I mean? The Goldberg, the Steinberg, the Heisenberg, who's not a real Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of. And it's so important for us to come back to our identity. I'm going to show you why, right? Because there was a time, and even now, where they did not want us to know who we really are. And the thunder, if I could, give me 2 Maccabees, right? 6 in verse 6. What we have to realize, man, what we have right now here in the Israelite School of U.P.K, which is the home of the truth, man. That fake Israelite group, your Christian church, your Muslim minds, they cannot stand up. They do not have the spirit of the Lord. The Lord is not with them. The Most High God, Yahweh, has always been with the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. Let me show you something right here in 2 Maccabees, 6th chapter and the 6th verse. If there are any questions, I'll be answering your questions tonight. Type your questions in. All right. Let me know what you got. 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter and the 6th verse. Can I get that phone stand too, Bubba Kashaw? I'm gonna go live on TikTok. Come on, go out. Make it. The water. 2 Maccabees 6 and 6.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees 6 verse 6.
Go ahead.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days. That's what I need you to understand. There was a time during the period we were under, you know what I mean, the captivity of the Greeks, you know what I mean, and the Romans, right, where they didn't want us to keep the Sabbath. They didn't want us to keep the high holy days. We got the Passover coming up, what, April 2nd, Nathaniel? They didn't want us to keep the Passover. They wanted us, you know what I mean, to conform and be like them and to be free, white, and 21, phones on mute. Bible says in 2 Maccabees 6 and 6, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days. They didn't want us to keep the Sabbath of the Lord. They didn't want us, you know what I mean, to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Day of Atonement, you know what I mean, the Passover. Keep going.
Or ancient feast.
Or ancient feast. They didn't want us to keep, you know what I mean. Salaki. Go ahead, read it again.
Or ancient fast.
Or what?
Or ancient fast.
Or ancient fast. Keep going. Or ancient feast. Salaki, you had it right the first time. Ancient feast. Ancient feast is what? Purim. You know what I mean? We got them. Listen, and what's so heavy about it, right? What's so important about remembering our high holy days and remembering, you know what I mean, our ancient feast. Purim is an observance, like the Feast of the Dedication, Hanukkah. Not a high holy day, but it's an observance that we always remember, because in the time of our calamity, during the time, you know what I mean, when we were about to be destroyed, we've always been able to call on our power, always been able to call on our God. Mattathias did it, you know what I mean, in the time with the Greeks and the Romans during the time of the Maccabees, you know what I mean? And guess what? Mordecai and Esther did it during the time where we were under, you know what I mean, Ahasuerus, and the, you know, that was shortly after or during the Babylonian Empire. And what's so heavy about that, right? When we have been in captivity before, this ain't our first captivity here in America. We were in captivity in Egypt, captivity in Babylon, captivity under the Assyrians, captivity under the Greeks and the Romans. Hell, we still under that captivity here in America. We weren't able to, you know what I mean, to keep our Sabbath days or our ancient feast days. It was unlawful. Keep reading.
Come. Or to profess himself and all to be a Jew.
Or to profess himself and all to be a Jew. Brother, I'm going to tell you what's so heavy about that. You couldn't even call yourself a Jew during that time. And listen, even now, when you come out and say, when you tell people, you know what I mean, that we're the true children of Israel, that we're the Lord's chosen people, they act like we crazy in the thun. They act like, well, who do they think they are? You're a cosplaying. We ain't cosplaying. We coming back to our identity and who we truly are. During that time, they didn't want us to know who we were. That's why they made it unlawful to keep the Sabbath days. You know what I mean? To keep our ancient feasts. They didn't want us to. They didn't want us to know our identity of us being the real Jews of antiquity. Go ahead, Sawana.
They kill us when we profess that we were Jews, or when we obeyed the Sabbath day anyway.
Absolutely.
And they persecuted us in different things, was to torment and torture us.
They absolutely did. There was a sister and her 7 sons. You remember that? It was a sister and her sons, and they would not conform to eat pork. All they had to do was eat pork. And that sister and her sons were so righteous, so unwest, they rather would die. And we weren't just persecuted by the Greeks and the Romans. We were persecuted by the Muslims as well. The Muslims are going through their Ramadan right now. Islam was spread with what? The sword. The sword. That's one thing that these nations have always been good at. What goes on, and what's so heavy, right? The scripture says that there is no new thing under the sun. The same way how we are being unalive now, it was no different back then. It was no different. Brothers was persecuted, sisters was abused, brothers was abused and unalive, you know what I mean, for keeping these high holy days, for keeping the Sabbath, for keeping our ancient feasts. You want to know why? Because our identity, Sawana, is to die for. It truly is. And that's something that we have to understand. Our people today willingly conform. Willingly. They came to Mattathias and they said, listen, you are a ruler. You are a man of leadership. They look up to you. If you was to come and get down with us and eat this pork, you know what I mean, and serve these different gods, your people will conform. And Mattathias didn't do it. Mattathias said, the hell with that. Shalom, my Lord of Christ. He ain't want to get down with them. And what's so beautiful about it, that's the spirit that we got to be in today. We got to understand, man. Matter of fact, Nathaniah, get me Baba Shaw. Give me Proverbs 3:31. Bahaya, get me Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse. Let's also get this operational too. The speaker and the microphone. Yeah, let's make it. We good to go?
This should be split on. One. I move.
So make sure we're good to go so they can hear. But give me Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, and start it at verse 31. Bubba Kusho.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
The Bible says to envy thou not the oppressor, meaning do not look at what the oppressor has and envy him. That's another thing that they want us to do. They want us to live their lifestyle. They want us to be just as lascivious, just as destructive as them. They want us to live just like them. That's why when you get in that church, you do every wicked and nasty thing. Let me ask you something. You think Puffy learned? You think Puffy just became like that? He wanted to be like who? Jeffrey Epstein. All of your rappers, they want to be like who? Donald Trump was cool in the 90s. Every rapper was cool with him. Did not 50 Cent, you know what I mean, perform Many Men for him? Don't our people have an infatuation with the Italians and wanting to be an Italian mafioso? You sisters, you know what I mean, showing your behind on the internet, you know, being a whore. Guess what? Being a whore is the white ladies thing. That's something that Becky, Susie, and Gretchen and Olga was doing. The Bible says to envy thou not the oppressor. And what?
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. We are not supposed to live like them. That is not what we are supposed to do. The Bible told us, man, that we ain't supposed to envy them. Don't look at the oppressor and think he has something that we have to achieve that we should want and desire. That's not true. We have everything. Romans, the 9th chapter, in the 4th verse says, you know what I mean, that we pertain of the adoption, the giving of the law. The children of Israel, man, we were given these things. This wasn't given to everybody. It wasn't given to Ishmael. It wasn't given to Esau. It wasn't given to these other nations. These things were given to our people. And that's what we have to understand. And that's what we have to realize. But we want to conform and be like the oppressor. You want to be like, you know what I mean, the Arab man and woman. You want to live like them. You want to go to Dubai, you know what I mean, and be like salami, eggs, and bacon, my brother. God damn. They Ramadan now, Nathaniel, and I am merciless when it comes to you Philly Muslims, man. Let me tell you something. Islam and Christianity have destroyed our people. Us being in league with these other nations has done nothing but destroy us, man. Has done nothing but destroy us. Us being in captivity under these other nations. Let me tell you what our God told us, right? Which is so important. Give me Baruch. Give me the book of Baruch, the 6th chapter. Let me tell you what our God told us that when we go into captivity, something that Mordecai and Esther understood. And we're going to go into it, man. We're going to do a little deeper dive into it. But first, give me Baruch. Matter of fact, Ibad, hold what you got in the fun. Give me Baruch, the 6th chapter. This is all good. Start at verse 1. Baruch, the 6th chapter, and start at verse 1 in the Apocrypha.
Yes, sir.
Con, you got it. You got it. I read it.
Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
You said,
Con, Baruch. We're going to go into the book of Baruch, the 6th chapter, and we're going to start at the first verse.
yes,
Well, for sure. In the Apocrypha. Yeah.
6 verse.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 6 and verse 1. Chapter 6 and verse 1, sir.
Con.
Does it say a little fountain? Is that what it means?
Start at verse 2. It should be because of the sins which you have committed before God. Go ahead. This is why it's always good to get a physical copy of your Apocrypha. Go ahead, Bob. You got it. Baruch 6 and 1.
The book of Baruch, 6 verse 1. Because of the sins which ye have committed before God, ye shall be led away captive into Babylon by
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar,
Because of the sins we committed before our God is the reason why we went into captivity in the first place. Like what was breaking down yesterday, because we sinned against our God, we went into slavery. We went into captivity. And going into Babylon, that was the second great captivity outside of Egypt. We went into Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar. Read verse 2 or read verse 3.
So when ye become unto Babylon, ye shall remain there many years, and for a long season.
We came into Babylon and we were there for many years in a long season. A long season. To the point, you know what I mean, where Jeremiah and Ezekiel was telling us to build houses because we was going to be there for a while. Keep going.
Namely, 7 generations.
Keep going. Stay with me.
7 generations, and after that I will bring ye away peacefully.
But then the Lord said after 7 generations that we would get brought away peacefully from out of Babylon. Now, you know, we had to go and serve our captivity and serve our punishment because of our sins against our God and wanting to go and wanting to be like other nations. Us wanting to go, you know what I mean, and live like them. Shalom, sis. Keep going.
Verse 4, from thence, verse 4. Now shall ye see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold.
What shall you see in Babylon?
Gods of silver and gold.
You will see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold. When we went into slavery, you know what I mean, in Babylon, the Lord was telling us that we are going to see different gods of silver and of gold. Keep going.
And of wood, bronze upon the shoulder.
Ooh, that we would see gods, you know what I mean, of wood. Let me tell you what the wood is. The wood is that cross that you wear around your neck. The stone is that cobblestone. When you see all these different gods, like the fun, you know, when you look at, you know, Egyptian mythology, because that's really all it is. Mythology is something that a man created. So when you see like Akhenaten and Set, Ra, and all them different gods, a man made that. It's like looking at anime or looking at a comic book character that man created. That's really all it is. And the Lord is telling us that we are going to see different gods that men made of wood, silver, gold, you know what I mean, stone. The Muslims got a famous one named Allah that they bow down to. Sawana, did you know that Muslims don't wash their hands and they don't cleanse them and they don't wipe themselves with toilet paper? A brother came up to us at camp and told us that you are supposed to get a cup, rinse the cup down your backside and get your hand and cleanse yourself that way. It is the nastiest thing you'll ever see. These Arabs are disgusting to Thunyala, I'm telling you. It's a rough spot to be in. Ibad, you was there. I couldn't believe it. I was flat. I said, God damn. That's why the Lord told us that we are not like them and they are not like us. The Lord is telling us, man, that when we go into Babylon, we're going to see different gods of silver, of gold, and wood. Read.
God.
Go ahead.
Which caused the nation to fear.
Meaning these other nations fear these gods. They fear them. They fear them. And that's important to understand right there. That with America, and it was no different with Babylon. When you're dealing with those superpowers, it was get down or lay down. Everybody feared Egypt during that time. Everybody feared Babylon during his time. Everybody feared Assyria during that time. Everybody feared the Greeks and feared the Romans. And now America is that great, you know what I mean, that great kingdom that is a glove fitted for destruction. These other nations fear them. That's why when you read in Revelations, the 18th chapter, when it says, you know what I mean, that all of these nations are drunk of their wine, that's what they've done. They've drunk of their wine and got down with them, Quatazai. Got down with these other nations. If you want to, Quata, you can come up here with me. Don't sweat. Don't sweat. Yeah, man. But keep going. It's like I bought it. You want to come up? Okay, no sweat.
Beware, therefore, that ye in no wise be like to strangers.
Don't be like to strangers. Keep going. Meaning, don't be like these other nations. These other nations are afraid of their gods. Like Muslims are afraid of that rock. The Chinese man is afraid of Buddha. Some little gold statue of some fat Moabite. I understand. He looked crazy. I mean, he looked crazy, y'all. But the Lord is telling us, don't be afraid of these other gods. Don't. And you know why the Lord is telling us that? Because our God Yahweh is the one to be feared. Right. He's the one that needs to be feared, not these other nations. And that's our problem. We fear the oppressor more than we fear our God. And that's the problem. Our God can destroy them like this. If you ever saw, you know what I mean, any of the Marvel movies with Thanos, the Lord, like understand that, like how he was able to wipe away half of existence. They get that stuff by understanding how powerful our God is. When you look at different characters that they create that could warp reality and destroy planets and solar systems and all that stuff, our God can do that and more without even blinking. Without even blinking. The oppressor and these other nations are a non-factor. Our God is waiting on us. Our king is waiting on us to get right. But our problem is our fear goes into these other nations. We look at them and what they can do. Like our people suffer from Stockholm syndrome, Nathaniel. They get caught up, you know what I mean? And you get so indoctrinated into that church. You get so indoctrinated into that mosque, right? Where you believe, you know what I mean, that you can't, if you have to conform and you can't come out, you know what I mean, of the wickedness that you in. You very much so have to come out of that wickedness. You got to come out of that church. You got to come out of that mosque. That falling away that they're speaking about in 2 Thessalonians is where everybody is going to understand and know who the devil is, and that's the oppressor. Right. El hombre blanco es el diablo. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, the great deceiver on the earth. Right. Read.
God. Neither be ye afraid of them.
Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. And I'm going to tell you why it's important to not be afraid of them. This ain't the first time that this has happened. During the time in Babylon, there was 3 brothers by the name of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Them brothers, you know what I mean? Nebuchadnezzar made a golden statue of himself and said, whoever don't get down and lay down with this idolatry that I got right here, you going in the burning furnace. Them 3 niggas stood up and looked at Nebuchadnezzar and said, yo, not only are we not going in there, they said, not only, you know what I mean, we don't care if we go in there or not, we don't, yeah, I mean, we not, if our God, let me tell you, hold on, let me slow it down. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego was so gangster. This is in Daniel, I believe the 3rd chapter. They said, he said, we're trying to be careful and not to offend you on how we're getting ready to answer you, Nebuchadnezzar. Even if our God doesn't deliver us from you in this burning furnace, we still not going to bow down to these other gods. That's how gangster Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego was. They said, even if you do throw us in there, we still not going to conform. We still not going to bow down, even if our God doesn't save us from you. And when and listen, Nebuchadnezzar heard that, they threw them brothers in there. That flame was so powerful. They heated it up so hot, Sawanah, that it destroyed the guards that threw them in there. The Lord sent his angel down there. And Nebuchadnezzar was like, yo, to his advisors, yo, we put 3 niggas in there, right? we put three niggas in there, right? Yeah. They said, yes, sir. And guess what? He said, I see 4 in there. Because the Lord sent his angel to be in there with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Same thing happened with Daniel. Daniel got thrown in that lion's den, brother. They starved them lions for like a week. They used to eating like multiple carcasses, and these ain't no regular carcasses like Bod and Sawanah. These is like full-grown oxen that they was eating. But guess what? Daniel went in there because they tried to set him up. They tried to lie Daniel up and let him know, like, yo, you can't serve the Most High for, you know what I mean, for 30 days. Daniel said, no sweat, and went to go pray. And you know what was so heavy about that story? What happened in history with Daniel? He ate in the lions, didn't them lions didn't eat. The Lord sent Habakkuk down there to Babylon, you know what I mean, to feed Daniel. And as soon as the king came down and seen Daniel was still alive, he took him out, and the people that lined him up, they put them in there. The men, their wives, their kids, and the scriptures say in Bel and the Dragon in Daniel 6th chapter that the lions had full mastery of them, devoured them in an instant. That's the God that we serve, black man, Latino man, and woman. What it's saying here in Baruch, the 6th chapter, right, is don't be afraid of these other nations. Don't be afraid. But I understand why you're afraid. Like we went over and said, I was going over in 2 Maccabees 6:6 on how it was unlawful to be a Jew. They didn't want us to understand our identity. They would unalive us, man. And that fear still goes on to this day. The oppressor fears our people so much that whatever we build or try to come together, they always make it a point to destroy it. Why do you think what happened in Rosewood happened? Why do you think what happened in Black Wall Street happened? Why? Because the oppressor is afraid.
Right.
Why do you think ICE goes around and picks up, and picks on our Latino brothers and sisters, man? And what's so sad, right? What's so sad about it, Quadasai, they don't do this to nobody else.
Right.
They don't do this to the Chinese, the East Indians, the Africans. Let me tell you something, man. There are more so-called illegal immigrants in this country that are not Hispanic. Because first of all, if you're Hispanic or Native Indian, you're not an illegal immigrant anyway.
Right.
This is your land. First of all, black man and woman, you can't be an illegal immigrant neither because you are us. We are still slaves in this captivity. We ain't asked to get over here. You came and brought us over here. Nobody's really illegal on stolen land. Oh, the oppressor is illegal. He's illegal. He's illegal. Donald Trump is illegal over here. The oppressor is illegal. Let me tell you something, Quadi. You should see some of the things that me and I be hatching behind the scenes. One day we are going to get control of ICE, and me and I are going to roll into Chinatown on a tank. And we are going to clear Chinatown out. It ain't going to be no more lo mein. Ain't going to be no more fried rice. Ain't none of that. We're going to gentrify Chinatown. Moving on. If you want to bring anything out in the scripture, just go ahead, Quadi. You good. I was reading in Baruch, the 6th chapter.
6.
Come. Now read verse 6. Baruch. Yeah, in the Apocrypha. Baruch.
It's at 6.
Well, that's why y'all got to get a. I don't know where to put. Yeah. Okay. Let up Jeremiah. Oh, and that one. Con, no sweat. I got the Bible at. See, y'all brother. See, I got the app. And the fun. I got the app and I got the physical book. I'm good. I don't know what y'all doing, brother. Y'all got to get it together. Get on point. Yeah. Read the next verse, Quadi. I mean, Nathaniel. Read verse 6.
God, the book of Baruch, chapter 6, verse 6.
Yeah, that's right.
But say ye in your heart,
Right there.
O Lord, we must worship thee.
Listen, the Lord said what? But say in your hearts, O Lord, we must what?
Worship thee.
We must worship the Most High. We're not supposed to be worshiping these other nations. And that's something that Mordecai understood. That's something that Esther understood. And we're going to go further deep into it, man. Read what you got.
Oh God, verse 7. For my angel is with you.
For my what?
Angel is with you.
The Lord letting us know, man, don't be worried about these other nations, man. My angel is with you. Man, the Most High is saying that he is with us, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We don't got to worry about these heathen nations. All we got is our God and our King. As a matter of fact, right? Give me Romans 8 and 31. Give me Romans, the 8th chapter, right? And start at verse 31.
Yes, sir.
Bubba Kushaw, read that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 31. What shall we say then?
Mm-hmm.
What shall we then say to these things?
Mm-hmm.
If God be for us, who can be against us?
If God be for us, man, who can be against us? Understand that. If the Most High God be for us, who can be against us? These other nations can't stand against us. It says in Exodus, Quadazah, that the Lord said that if we obey him, that he would be an enemy unto our enemies, right, and an adversary to our adversaries, man. All we got to do is do right. I say it every day in the slavery, Quadazah, black man, Latino man and woman, we got to do better.
Right.
We have to do better. If the Most High be for us, who can stand against us? Who can be against us, man? Who can be against the Lord's chosen people? Is that all?
That's it, 31, sir.
Tom, no sweat. That's what I want you to go to. I want you to go, Bubba Quashar. I want you to go to the editions of Esther. I want you to go to the editions of Esther 10. I'm gonna have you jump around, Quad. I'm gonna have you jump around, Ibad. I'm gonna have you jump around. You're about to be all over the place. But before we get there, right? Yeah, we're gonna go to the additions. Mm-hmm. You got that right? Yeah, go to the additions of Esther 10 and start there. And if you got anything you want to bring out, of course, you know. Go ahead, sis. Yes. Sis, stay in the apocrypha. Go ahead, Abba.
Yes, sir. This is the addition to Esther, chapter 10, and starting verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mardochus said, God had done these things. Verse 5. For I remember a dream which I saw concerning these matters, and nothing thereof had failed.
Meaning Mordecai is interpreting, you know what I mean, the vision that he got from the Lord, his dream. Read.
Verse 6. A little fountain became a river, and there was light in the sun and much water. This river is Esther, whom the king married and made queen. Verse 7. And the two dragons are I and Endng. Verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews.
Now listen, Mordecai is interpreting his dream. Said there were two dragons. There was him and there was Haman. Haman, you know what I mean, was a great enemy of our people. Haman was a descendant, you know what I mean, of Agag. As a matter of fact, Quad, if you could, Bubba Shaw, give me that. Give me that in 1 Samuel. Give me that in 1 Samuel 15. We're going to go into Agag, because that's who Haman is a descendant of. And read on from that, Ibad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews.
And the nations that were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. Does that sound familiar to y'all? Y'all recall Psalms, the 83rd chapter, right? You do know that these other nations are confederate against us, right? That is not something that is new. It's one thing that General Hodge used to always tell me, man, that we got to go back and read, you know what I mean? Read, you know what I mean? How about these other nations that came up against us, man? Judges 3:1 says, you know what I mean? These other nations were left round about us to prove Israel, to see if we were going to stand with the Most High or not. And more times than not, we failed, Quadi.
Right.
Wanted to join the oppressor, wanted to join the Africans, wanted to join the Assyrians, wanted to join the Iranians, wanted to join, you know what I mean, these heathen nations, when we were supposed to remain separate from them.
Right.
Now, you know what I mean, that we in captivity, these other nations is plotting against us, man.
Right.
Our people today love to say, well, that brother or that sister is my op. They're my enemy. Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, we cannot be each other's ops. We can't be each other's oppositions.
Right.
These are our real ops right here.
Right.
These other nations, Mordecai is seeing this in a dream, Quadazai, in a vision. He like, yo, these other nations are assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. Does it not say in Psalms 83 that our name will be no more in remembrance? They don't want us to know. That's why I took you to 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter. They do not want us to know who we are. What the war did yesterday was so beautiful. Like, to go to Jeremiah 14 and verse 2, and we got to hammer that home, man. Black man and woman, we are the real Jews of antiquity. Right. Netanyahu is not a Jew. Right. Netanyahu is from Poland. He's an oppressor. Atah lo Yehudi, Atah lo Jacob, Yatash Yatan, Iraskilev, Edomikalev, Shatan Kalev. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Right. He had the nerve. I was watching a press conference with him. He was talking about Palestine. He said, well, just like how Amalek attacked us. I said, nigga, you Amalek. Right. You are Amalek. when Amalek attacked us by the wayside, that was you, Netanyahu. That was you and your people. It was you, Agag, and Haman. That's who it was during
Sure,
that
sure.
time. It's a deadly trio, ain't it? And Heisenberg and Steinberg. Who runs the Diamond District? Who runs Hollywood? A lot of y'all, man, and I don't mean to offend nobody, but you have this desire to be a rapper in the entertainment industry. You are about to sell your soul. You don't believe me? Ask Officer Knock. You about to sell your soul for some barbecue chips, a turkey sandwich, and a small can of Pepsi? That's all you gonna get? Am I lying? That's what you're gonna sell your soul for?
Maybe for less.
Maybe for less. I might be generous on the turkey hoagie. You might not put cheese on it, so it might not be no cheese. That's what you're selling yourself for. That's what the oppressor is going to offer you. He is going to give you $200, a bag of chips, a bag of Romeo wrap snacks, a small Pepsi, and a turkey sandwich. That's all you're going to get. And the turkey going to be dry. That's all you're going to get. He run everything. He's not going to let you make no real money. Your money ain't really your money with him. He run all that. There is a bigger reward that we get from serving the Lord, and never drop your sword. Never drop your sword. Do not sell yourself short, especially during this time. You see what's going on right now? Israel, I was talking to in the car earlier in the Thunder Island. Israel is crying. That Iron Dome ain't working out. It's rough. It's rough. They over there like, we're not ready to go full-scale war with Iran. Iran was out there marching in the streets. They coming out swerving like young boy, man. It's time to get right now. We have enemies, man. And our enemies are assembled against us. Imagine, man, you a man of God. You up here in this troop and you get a vision and you see these other nations. That's something that Mordecai knew. Mordecai knew who his ops was. Right. Mordecai, like, all right, Ahasuerus, you know what I mean? Haman, the Persians, you know what I mean? These other nations, Elam, Amalek, Esau, they are our enemies. That's something that is lost in translation now, Quadi. We have no idea who our enemies are because you think that fellow black man is your enemy. Why? Because I tell you the truth about your music? Why? Because I tell you to stop getting high? Why? Because I tell you to stop being a whoremonger or stop being a whore? Come on now. Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Did not Christ say this? It's like, damn, I become your op because I'm trying to save your life. God damn, that's a rough spot, ain't it? That we are willing to die to make sure you live. Our king did it first. And he did it on the grander scale to even give you that opportunity. Don't squander it now. Don't squander it now. Mordecai was ready to die. Esther was ready to die too. We're going to read about her. She was hardcore on what she did, man. Raised up right. Go ahead, Quadi.
I would say, like, if I could, the sister and her son was ready to die too.
Absolutely, man. We were just going over that. Break it down, Nathan. Listen, the sister and her sons was hardcore. One son, he saw his brothers, you know what I mean, get unalive and thrown in the cauldron. He stuck his tongue out like, yo, I ain't about to eat that pork. That's how we got to be. Some of you willingly eat pork now. You willingly eat them nasty seafood boils. Like, oh my God, that's disgusting. It's disgusting. You willingly do that. Well, our people died to not do it.
Right.
That's the mindset that you have to have, man. God damn, what you gonna stand on? Absolutely nothing. Go ahead. Let's keep reading. Keep reading, Ibad.
Esther, chapter 10 and verse 9. And my nation is this Israel, which cried to God and was.
Mordecai is saying that my nation is Israel, and we cry to God. We cry to the Most High. That's who we gotta cry on, man. That's who we have to call upon. That's what gets lost, by design. We go through calamity now, and we calling on Esau. Right. Like I want you to think about something for a second. I want you to really, really put yourself in this spot. You're about to get attacked by a cobra. You think the anaconda gonna help you? Lord Christ Nacho, do you want to come up here? You about to get attacked by the cobra, and you think the anaconda gonna help you? Right. You about to get eaten by the Komodo dragon. You think the monitor lizard, you're gonna run to him and think he's gonna help. No, they both gonna devour you. That's what's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You are about to be food. God damn, it's over. It's over. Hey, run into the oppressor, my God. You know what's insane? What is that? The oppressor got a hard time trying to decide if he want to molest the kids or bomb the kids, and sometimes do both. That's a rough spot to be in, man. Keep reading.
Yes, sir. And my nation is this Israel, which cried to God and were saved. For the Lord have saved his people, and the Lord have delivered us from all those evils.
The Lord have delivered us from all these evils. The Lord have saved his people, man. Right. The Lord has, listen, the Most High, the greatest thing about our power, about our Father, about our God, Quadi, is his mercy. Because Lord knows we do not deserve it. Lord knows we do not deserve it. The Most High has never forsaken us. He's always come through in the fourth quarter in the clutch, but we got to do our part too, though. You can't be prideful. Right. You can't be like, well, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. That's what gets you destroyed. That's what got us here in the first place, Nathan. This is what got us here in the first place. We looking at the gallows. We are looking at our own destruction and got nobody to turn to but our power, but our God. That's who we must turn to in our calamity, in our time of need. We ain't got nobody else. Who is going to help us? Right. Listen, don't it say in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, you know what I mean, that our eyes have yet failed for our vain help? You looking at Joe Biden. You looking at Donald Trump. I watched the State of the Union. Listen, I watched it. Donnie was like, well, you know, we're going to have no more wars. We're going to have no more wars. If you elect me, we're going to be good. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be peaceful. We're going to have a new ballroom in the White House. It's going to be gold. Puffy is going to be there, 50 Cent. It's going to be great. We still talking about Epstein, that creep? What about the little girl you molested? Right. All right, that's Bob Iran. My boy Benny on the phone. Netanyahu, that's my nigga. That's your boy, Donnie. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump, did y'all see the rash that was on the side of his neck? Right. Yo, I know he is stressed out. He's stressed out. He looked like he ain't want to do that. But it's all prophecy, Quadazar. This is Joel, the 3rd chapter, and we're going to go into that too. The Lord has always saved us and delivered his people, man. Keep reading.
And the Lord have delivered us from all those evils, and God have wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles.
Which have not been done among the Gentiles. And you got to understand something. Every time the Lord has brought us out and done a great wonder with our people, he does it so these other nations will never forget it. Let me tell you something. Them little Africans that's living in the South Sudan right now, them real Hamites, they still talking about the death angel coming over Egypt. They done got conquered and cast away by the Arabs. They still somewhere in a mud hut like, yo, we was kings. That's the day they be talking about us, that we was kings. They saying that right now. Right. It's like, I used to be Ra. But then the death angel came and destroyed Wakanda. Destroyed Egypt. Right. That's what happened. The Lord destroyed our enemies, man, made an example out of every nation that has ever come up against us. Don't you think he's gonna do it again? Egypt is a desolate dust bowl tourist attraction right now. Right. It is. It truly is. And y'all say, listen, and y'all Negroes, man, kill me with this. We all be like, well, we got to get back to Egypt. No, we don't. We in Egypt right now. We are in slavery. Right. When I think about Egypt, I think about us being out there in that hot ass sun, slacking for my language, struggling and going through it. I know me and the Thun was talking mess the whole time. Like, that's how we was. Right. I already know. You know, there was beer in Egypt. They used to feed us. They used to compensate us with beer and, you know what I mean, and bread. God damn. That's a rough spot to be in. In the heat. And y'all remember in them textbooks, right? Listen, we all peers. We all came up together, you know what I mean, in the public school system of Philadelphia. When you open up them textbooks, the white man was the Egyptian and he was the Israelite. Right. Like, God damn. He wasn't even there. Right. At that time, Esau was in a cave trying to figure stuff out. hitting an animal upside the head and dragging its carcass in and eating it raw. Like, goddamn. Moving on. He still do that to this day. It's called a delicacy nowadays when they get that steak quality. Right. Keep reading.
Verse 10. Therefore have he made 2 lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles.
Listen, man, where he made lots for the people of God and then for the Gentiles. Keep going.
Verse 11. And these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before God among all nations. Verse 12. So God remembered his people.
So God what?
Remembered his people.
That's one thing you got to remember. The Most High God, when you read in Romans, matter of fact, somebody get that. In Romans, the 11th chapter, where it says, God cast away his people. But Mordecai is saying it right here, where the Most High remembered his people. Most High God did not just cast us aside for these other nations. Like, I know the Christian church and the Muslim mosque would have you believe that the Most High just cast us out. You know what I mean? Like, Bahaya. Took us out so we, you know what I mean, so our inheritance can go to these heathens, man. Why would let me ask a serious question. The Most High God punished us for wanting to be like the other nations. Is that not what happened? We got punished because we wanted to be like these heathens. Why would the Most High then punish us and then give it to them when the Lord never gave a damn about them? Right. Otherwise, what was the point of punishing us if he loved everybody? Because he never did. Most High never gave a damn about these other nations. And that's one thing our people got to get through our thick minds, some thick skulls. That's why when the scriptures say that we are a stiff-necked people, listen, I understand we truly are. We are the only people that can witness Moses part the Red Sea. Like we were, like Koyashwan. I want you all to really think about something. Imagine we are all by the Red Sea. We see a brother go out there to the sea. You know what I mean? Take his staff, say a prayer, stick it in the ocean, and then one side go here, and then one side go there. And then he tell us the Most High did it. You gonna come up against that God? You gonna come up against that man of God that the Lord set up? We did. We was them stiff-necked people. Moses left us alone for 10 minutes and we decided to make new gods. We the only people that's like that, Ibad. Right. Lord said that if he'd have gave this to these other nations, they'd be serving him to this day. Right. Go ahead, Nathan.
So I think about this, you look at today, that's what you see is doing. Is worshiping all these other gods. You try to find God. So then instead of following our one true God,
what you're saying is so heavy, y'all. And that's, listen, the miracles that was performed back then, brother, you're going to perform miracles too. And it's important for our people to see it, but it's still going to be of our people that are not going to still believe. Like, I'm going to give you another example. Christ raised Lazarus from the dead. That alone for me would do it for me. Right. Like if a nigga is dead, right, and just, get up, brother. Get up. Wake up. Brother, that would do it for me. Brother, to see a brother walking on water would have did it for me. Matter of fact, I'm simple. Like, and not simple too. As soon as the nigga would have turned water to wine, you'd have had me. I want you to picture something. Imagine you at a spot, right? And you like, damn, it's only water, tienes cerveza, and then the nigga come, pop, you got one. You imagine that, Nacho? You talking about you in a spot, right? You sitting there like, tienes cerveza, anybody got beer? And then a brother come up and turn that water into a Corona. Like, that, well, we simple. That's all I would need to see. But the Lord is telling us, we see these signs, we see these wonders. You still got doubt. You can't. You got to cast that doubt aside. All right. You got to cast that aside. The Lord didn't just put us to the side. The only thing that got to get cast aside is your doubt in our God. Never doubt our God. Our God has always come through. You got what I asked for, or we're going to come back to where we at?
15.
Not that, right? Not right now. Romans 11. Yeah, hold that though. We coming to that. We coming to that. Romans 11 and 1.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people?
Listen, the Lord asked, man, have God, listen, Paul asked, have God cast away his people? Keep reading.
God forbid.
God forbid. The Most High did not just cast us aside for these heathens. He didn't. He did not put us aside for Bill, Bob, Fred, Becky, Goldberg, Heisenberg, Steinberg, and Futu Nongala, the Black Panther, Lee Chung, Chun Li. You know what I mean? Listen, you know how I know the Lord ain't with these other nations? Ishmael is getting bombed to smithereens. Where is Allah?
Right.
Where is Allah? Is Allah on vacation? Allah got more PTO time than me, Kwayashwa. Like, God damn. Where is Allah? Where is these other nations at? Like, God damn. Like, when these other nations get destroyed, it's like, where are your gods? Oh, that's right. They don't exist. They do not exist. And during the time of our king, they're going to be calling on everybody. They're going to be calling on Allah, Caesar Borgia. They're going to be calling on Buddha. They're going to be calling on everything, and it ain't going to be nothing they can do. You don't think Pharaoh did that? You don't think Pharaoh thought that his little gods would help him when the death angel came down and unalived every firstborn down there? Oh, could you imagine waking up and seeing that quality? Wow. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that, brother. Brother,
What you saying?
Salakia. He's Salakia.
What you saying?
Listen, I'm checking in right now, brother. I forgot. I'm getting like my brother. Listen, our God has performed amazing miracles with us, man. He didn't just cast us aside for these other nations. That's why Paul is saying, if God cast away his people that he have known, God forbid. Read on.
For I also am an Israelite.
For I also am an Israelite. Paul is an Israelite, man. He didn't just cast us aside. Keep going.
Of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Of the tribe of Benjamin, man. That's who Paul was speaking to. And that's why it's so important to understand. Now, I want you to go to we're going to jump around again. I'm going to do another jump. Go to Editions of Esther. I'm going to go to Editions 12 and 1.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
This is the book of Additions to Esther's, chapter 12 and verse 1. And
Mordecai.
How you want to pronounce Mordecai?
Mordecai, yeah. Pronounce it Mordecai.
And Mordecai.
You reading out the Apocrypha, my Apocrypha, or you reading out your app?
I'm reading out the app, but that's how they got it. MOMARDOC.
I gotta get the right app. It's Mordecai in mine. Yeah, it's Mordecai in mine too. You reading that Greek? This is the Esther 12 and 1. I bought over there reading the Greek. God damn. Damn. So, who is that guy? It's Mordecai. Read more. That's a 12 and verse 1. Mother Michelle. Salaki.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 12 and verse 1. The thing, it even got the same pronunciation in this one too, sir.
Oh, my app, it say Mordecai. Just say Mordecai.
Yes, sir. And Mordecai took his rest in the court with Gabbatha and Thara and two eunuchs of in the water, sir, and two eunuchs of the king and keepers of the palace. Verse 2. And he heard their devices and searched out their purposes and learned that they were about to lay hands upon Araxius, the king. And so he certified the king of them.
Now, what's so crazy, right? Mordecai found out that the initial plot was against Erasmus.
Right.
And goes to show you something. These heathens plot on each other too now.
Right.
How do I know that these heathens plot on each other? Russia and the Ukraine. Brother Pooh Shiesty could not wait to plot on the Ukraine.
Right.
He could not wait. Netanyahu in Iran. What's old boy name? What was old boy name? The supreme leader of Iran? Ali Khamenei. Ali, they unalived him. He was what? He was close. He was pushing 80. They got him up out of here, Quatazar. He was pushing like 80. And that's a rough spot to be in. That's a rough spot to be in, brother. They plot on each other. You know what I mean? And that's what they was doing. Same way here. Mordecai coming through. He like, man, what's these devices for? He telling the units of the king. He said, yo, I think they getting ready to plot on the Erasmus. They getting ready to get old boy up out of here. Yo, man, I be careful. And tell me that's not the spirit of Israel. Y'all, I'm gonna break it down for you so that everybody can understand. If you got a young brother and you see a young brother and you see his homies and you see that they not moving thorough with him, what you gonna pull him to the side and tell him? Did not our parents tell us when we had a certain group of friends, like, yo, your homies ain't really your homies? They watch out for your friends, they plotting on you. Plotting on you. And that's what's happening here. Mordecai said, yo, man, these people over here, they're not really with the rest. They trying to line him up. Let's go let him know. And you don't understand the true importance of that. And I'll break it down to you on a spiritual level. When your homies come to you, they want to leave the truth, go serve another God, that's what the hell they're telling you to do. They're lining you up. They lining you up for failure. They want you to go and perish with them. Like, no, brother. Why I gotta jump off the bridge because you want to jump off the bridge? There's sharks out there. There's sharks, killer whales. There's everything in the ocean. God damn. Leviathan down there. It's a rough spot to be in, I. The scriptures say if someone come to you, you know what I mean, whether it be your brother, your father, your friend, that if they come to you and they try to tell you to let's go worship other gods, man, you supposed to listen. You supposed to let that be known immediately. Let him be accursed. He got to be put to death. Now, we ain't putting nobody to death. But, brother, you got to go hang yourself on your own. Sometimes brothers and sisters that do that. I've seen it happen before. I don't agree with this. I'm out. You gonna leave because, you know what I mean, he rolling? To go serve another God? Or to go chase a dream, the American dream, to go chase Esau's dream? Can't do that, black man and woman, Latino man and woman. They lining you up. They lining you up. What you gonna say before Christ in that day? Yeah, you know. I was with the brothers. Why didn't you stay? Why weren't you strong enough to stay? Don't fall weak now. We almost there.
Right.
We almost there, Quatazar.
Right.
That's a rough spot to be in. And guess what? I'm gonna say this. It ain't too late to humble yourself.
Right.
It ain't too late to humble yourself and come back in here. You ain't did nothing that the Most High can't forgive, that we can't forgive. Get right now, before it's too late. This is something that Captain Ahmad Yeshua used to always say to me. He said, brother, my biggest fear is that I'm out there watching the Thun, watching Kwayashwan, watching Quatazar and Ibad and not get crowns. And I'm sitting there like, I knew them brothers. I was with them brothers. And then somebody asked me, why ain't you up there with them right now?
Right. Got a blood in his mouth.
God, yeah, you know, I had to, I got a turkey sandwich. Yeah, I mean, I had to go try. I had to change my career.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was somebody in the previous kingdom. Now you're a nobody, but you could have been everything, and you still can be everything. Because every brother and sister in here, you mean everything to our King. You mean everything to Christ. Everything to the point where he gave up his life. He ain't gave up his life so you can go back into the world and be nothing.
Right.
No. Come back and get right now. Put your pride aside. Put your pride aside. That's the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing, especially from the tribe of Judah, we wake up every day and it's hard to be like, man, I was wrong. God say I was wrong, man. Apologize. Learn to forgive. I ain't telling you to forget because I don't forget nothing. I'll forgive you. Christ forgave me for my transgressions. I'm obligated to forgive you for yours. And sometimes you got to do that, man. Set that pride aside. I pray you understand. Let's keep reading.
Yes, sir.
But then again, you're going to do whatever the hell. What else?
Sorry,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
The saying is so heavy too, and it's just like in the it's like the book of Esther, man. When don't be a Haman. I mean, you got too much pride. I mean, somebody did something to you, ain't like it. You holding on for 5 years. I mean, trying to plot and kill your, your brother and stuff like that. Don't have the spirit of the oppressor. That's what the oppressor is. The oppressor got that murderous spirit. Yeah, man. Don't be just like them. Understand what I'm saying? Fighting against your brothers. I mean, having grudges and this and the third 5+ years. Everything can just be handled. Yeah, man, within a matter of seconds. I mean, like Mordecai have integrity. You understand? And don't bow down to no other guy. Because Mordecai didn't do. Mordecai didn't bow down. You understand? Mordecai was still with his people. Even Esther. You understand what I'm saying? She was around the king. She had all the money and all the riches. Yeah, I mean, she still didn't, give up her people. I mean, that's what we got to do, as brothers and sisters, man.
Listen, man, what Bartazar saying it's so heavy, man. Pray you listen to what the brother was saying. You got to be like Mordecai, man.
Right.
Sis, you got to be like Esther.
Right.
Not in the sense that you fake Israelites on masquerading online. Not like that. You got to come in here and actually do it. Like what you're saying about forgiveness, Ak, is so heavy. The water. I do.
I don't.
Well, so heavy, right? That's cool. That's more for me. That is more for me. What Bartazar is saying is so heavy about forgiveness. You got to forgive that brother. You got to forgive your sister. You got to forgive your father. You got to forgive your mother. Because if you don't, the scripture says, don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. And don't be angry with your brother or sister without a cause. Half of y'all mad at me, and I don't even know why, because you ain't tell me. You got to tell me. If I'm upset with you, I'm going to tell you. I can't sleep on it. Right. If I'm upset about something, brother, I am going to tell you about it. If I got a problem, hey, listen, ain't nobody going to sleep till we talk about it. And if we got to go to counsel, so be it. Like me, Nacho, I can't go to sleep with something on my mind. If something bothers me, we going to have to talk about it. And that's brotherhood. You can't be holding a grudge for 4, 5, 6 years. Like, God damn. That is crazy, Quadi. That is insane. Well, such and such offended me in 2019. 2019? God damn. Right. We in 2026. You gotta let that go. Like, yeah, back that nigga in 87. 87? He took my cassette tape. Brother, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Keep reading.
There's the book of additions to Esther, chapter 12 and verse 3. Then the king examined the 2 eunuchs, and after that they had confessed it, they were strangled.
Listen, it was so heavy, right? Mordecai had to go to Erastus and say, yo, you see these 2 eunuchs right here that you got? They plotting on you. They work for somebody else. They plotting on your demise. And listen, Erastus had them strangled. Back during that day, in the Son of Nibad, you know what I mean, to put the black hood on your head, and that's it. You out of here. Right. You done. That's it. Forget about it. Last thing you're going to see is Koyashwan coming at you full speed with his hands like this. Brother, you are out of here. I mean, the done going to have you like this. Koyashwan running at you like that. All you're going to see is black hands in that face, and you're going to give up the spirit. The ghost is going that night. Right. You're going to be a ghost. You're going to be Casper. Right. Now, because of that, read on.
Verse 4. And the king made a record of these things, and Mordecai also wrote thereof. Verse 5. So the king commanded Mordecai to serve in the court.
Now, because Mordecai did that, he said, yo, man, your homies, they not really your homies. They plotting on you. Mordecai got rewarded. He was allowed to serve in court and was so heavy, right? I want you to understand something. You can be in Esau's kingdom. You can be in his kingdom, you know what I mean, working for him, slaving for him. We all do it.
Right.
Daniel did it. Daniel was high. Daniel was high up too. Daniel was high up under Darius, that Assyrian. But he still put the Most High first.
Right.
You got to build Christ's kingdom.
Right.
Listen, man, I remember we was riding the camp, man, and Knox said the realest shit to me, man. Knox said, how you going to spend most time building up Esau's kingdom and you are going to build up Christ's kingdom?
Right.
If you're building up Esau's kingdom, you don't got time to build up Christ's kingdom. Where do we do that at? I got a slave, or I need hours. Brother, we got hours right here. If you need something to do, we will put you to work. It's something to do. I need you to understand that. If you are a brother or sister in this school, call your camp leader. There is something to do. It's always something to do. Here, you have to build up Christ's kingdom. What you gonna say during that time? Well, yeah, you know, I had that overtime. You know what I mean? I was on call. You know what I mean? I was, you know what I mean? I had to do this. I had to do that. Brother, you got to be here. You have to be here. You have to be doing something. Because if you are not here and doing something in here, who's talking to you? Satan going to be talking to you. That blunt going to be talking to you. Esau going to come to you. Listen, I'm telling you, brother, it's going to happen. Esau going to come to you the way he came to others. He's going to have a can of Pepsi, a turkey sandwich, and some wrap snacks. And that's going to be it. That ain't the starter pack, not. That's the starter pack right there. Right. Some brothers take why some niggas took that deal. Getting 60 and 70 views. And somehow that's my fault.
This is why sacrifices have to be made, man. You gotta make sacrifices, man. You gotta lose something to gain something. That's what I learned. Mm-hmm. When you make those sacrifices, right there, sacrifice your time sometimes. Yeah, I mean, but it's all for a greater good at the end of the day.
Can I add to that? And what are you doing with your time anyway? That's the important thing you need to realize. What were you doing with your time before you were here? I'm here to tell you your life had no purpose. It had no purpose whatsoever. You were lost and then you were found. And you left nothing out there. Like, I don't want you to believe that there was some dream that you could not obtain out there anyway that you're going to go back and chase. If you want your real dream to come true, you got to put in the work. Whatever you want that's lawful, the Lord will give it to you. But you got to work for it. You'll work for Esau. Oh, man, you'll say con out of one con to Esau. Yes, sir, Bill. Yes, sir, Bob. Oh, yeah, Fred, you'll do it. But you get up in here. Call that nigga sir. Who do you think he is? He died thinking, I don't give a fuck about that 5,000 nigga. Like, what? That's how the Thunder and Quadras be with me sometimes. They're like, but that's I'm gonna play this music. My music gonna change the world. Read on. I love these brothers, man. I really do. It is gonna change the world. You want to know why? Because they putting in the work.
Right.
Some of you stop working.
All right.
And you wonder why you stagnant. We are in the editions of Esther, the 12th chapter, in the 3rd verse. And here's the thing. Imagine if Mordecai didn't work. Now, I want you to think about that. Mordecai just got promoted. Did he not? He just got promoted. Now he's in the king's court. What if Mordecai would have said, ain't got nothing to do with me? Right. Esther could have did that. Esther could have said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But they didn't do that. Some of you do that. Some of you, that shit cop out right there. It got nothing to do with me. It got everything to do with you. It got everything to do with me. Because Koyashwan, your pain is my pain. Like Sawana, your suffering is my suffering. As in your joy is my joy. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
We don't understand that today. We got a crab in the barrel mentality and never question who put us in the barrel. That thought never comes to mind. Too many times where I hear, well, you know, niggas got a crab in the barrel mentality. You got to climb over you. Who put you in the barrel? Who put you there? Who put you in a situation where you feel as though that you have to compete with that brother? Or sis, you got to compete with that sister. Brother, I'm here to tell you, you can't compete with me because I want you to be better. I want you to be the best version of you. When you win, I'm a flex for you. Ooh, brother. I may talk trash, but I'll be promoting y'all. You'll never see me do it, but just know I do it. You know what I mean? I almost said something else. That's what we got to understand. That mentality has to go. We got to understand that we are family. And all we got is each other and our King and our God. That is it. Nothing else. Keep reading that, bud.
Yes, sir. Verse 6. Howbeit, Ammon, the son of Amadatha, the Agagite.
The what?
The Agagite.
The Agagite. Now we go on to 1 Samuel. Now we can go to 1 Samuel. Now, howbeit, Haman. Now we get into one of our enemies, man. Haman was a descendant of a king of Amalek named Agag. And let me tell you something. Agag today would be Benjamin Netanyahu. Let me tell you, that's a diabolical name. Like, he got a James Bond villain name, don't he? Like, you hear Netanyahu. I immediately think like glass eye, the little Persian cat. Like, I just picture a villain, you know, a mythical villain. That's what I picture. That's who he is. Donald Trump too. But he's the incompetent one. He's the stupid one, and everybody think it's smart. But moving on. Read on Ibad, then we're going to go there.
The Agagite, who was in great honor with the king.
Now, he was in great honor with the king. Now, mind you, he's the one that was plotting on Ahasuerus. He was plotting. Because let me tell you something about Esau. Esau has a mentality where he is second to no one.
Right.
He is a shark. He has to be the biggest and baddest thing in the ocean. He will devour everything, including his own people. Go ahead, Nacho. I mean, he has to do that. That's his mentality. That is who he has always been. He can't live peacefully with nobody. Take Netanyahu for an example. They've been over there, what, since 1946 or 49? The first thing they did was go to war with the Palestinians. They went to war with Damascus and Syria. They went to war with Iran. They went over there and said, it ain't no peace. I want problems.
Right.
I want beef. It can't, we not about to coexist and be peaceful. Black man, Latino man, and woman, that's all we, listen, don't let the oppressor fool you, man. We are the most peaceful people on the planet Earth.
Right.
And the most trusting. I saw a video of this white woman, right? Leave her 4-year-old child with a group of high school brothers and sisters at the airport. And they took good care of that child. We can't leave our babies with them. They dropping bombs and eating us, Quaddy. We can't do that. But y'all safe with us. Y'all more, listen, I think it was in the car. He said, y'all more safe in our neighborhoods than we is. What? Pooh Shiesty, listen, it's two Pooh Shiesties. One can walk through Memphis and be untouched, while the other, he got to look around his back and look around the corner and put his eye on the swivel. The one that got to put his eye on the swivel, you know what I mean, is the brother, the real.
I'm sure if I could, they're gonna put the red carpet out for Putin.
Yeah, Putin.
Red carpet out.
Man, Putin could go get chicken and biscuits. He can get some Nashville hot wings if he wants to in his drawers. And go to the cookie store and take your cookies and not pay for it. Both of them. God damn.
Right.
That's a rough spot. Listen. And that's why we gotta understand, man. This wicked bastard Haman, he was the son, you know what I mean, of Hamidah, the Agagite, who was in great honor with the king. Read on, Ibad.
Yes, sir. sought to molest Mordecai
He
and,
sought to molest Mordecai. Read.
and his people because of the 2 eunuchs of the king.
Because Mordecai foiled his plans, he said, I'm going to molest Mordecai. He said, I'm going to put hands on Mordecai. He got to die. He got to go. Because he foiled his plot, you know what I mean, to kill, you know what I mean, you know what I mean? And it goes to show you how honorable Mordecai is, man. Mordecai was an honorable brother. Mordecai saw corruption, you know what I mean, with heathens and said, yo, man, we can't have that. Goes to show you how we are. Go ahead, Nacho. The mess with. And listen, and man, that's so heavy. Who has been a bigger thorn in our side than Amalek? He always bothering us. He always getting with us. Listen, and you know what's so crazy about that word? They doing all that to our people. All definitions. All of them. Go read what you got, Quadi. Go to Sam.
15 and what?
Go to 1 Samuel 15. Start at verse 2. Start at verse 2.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
The Lord said, I remember what Amalek did to Israel. So when Netanyahu went out there and said, you know what I mean, like we remember, you know, when Amalek attacked us in the wilderness. No, Netanyahu, your Amalek and your people, the so-called Jewish people, you're the ones who are Amalek, a descendant of Esau, the Amalekites.
Right.
Y'all attacked us, you know what I mean, and it was so cowardly. First of all, our strong men was up in the front. Our elderly and our children and our women were at the rear. That's who they attacked. They ain't want to attack Ibad and Quatazal and Kwayashwan and Nacho. They ain't want none of that. They saw that and said, no. I can take the young brother. I can take the sisters. I can take the elderly. That's how weak Amalek is, man. And they've always been like that. And how you know they always been like that? Look at Netanyahu. And look at what they doing to the Palestinians.
Right.
Look at what they doing to Iran. Like, do y'all know there are rules to warfare? There are rules. You can't just go and bomb cities. You can't bomb orphanages and hospitals. You know who broke those rules? The oppressor did that.
Right.
In World War II, right? Hitler unleashed a vicious form of warfare called blitzkrieg. Like if you played football and you understand the term blitz, all out assault, and all out rush. That's what Hitler did to Europe. And it was devastating. He bombed, like he took over France in what, hours? Steamrolled through Poland, where Netanyahu is from. Bombed London day and night, where they had to send their kids to Greenland. They had to put their kids on a train to go to Greenland because they was bombing cities. That was unheard of. Normally, you just went to a battlefield and fought that way. They came up with a new side of warfare. It was like, man, everybody get touched. And listen, they still do that to this day. Bombing the children, bombing, you know what I mean, the schools, bombing the residential areas. Like, God damn. And was so diabolical about that. They doing that right now to the Palestinians. They did it to Iran. And then when Iran hit them back, they declare state of emergency and say, we don't want to be in war with Iran. Like, that is like, Koyashwan, how the hell you gonna hit me? And then when I hit you back, you play victim.
Right.
That's Amalek. That's Amalek. And Agag did the same thing. Oh, he tried to plead for his life with Samuel, and Samuel was not trying to hear none of that. But Saul disobeyed. This all happened because one king of Israel named Saul disobeyed the Most High. Disobeyed the Most High and letting one of our greatest enemies live, man. Letting our enemies live. Let's read on. Read on.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
They laid wait for us. They plotted on us, Quadi.
Right.
They plotted on us. They saw that we was coming out of Egypt, and they said, man, we're going to get them niggas today. We're going to attack them. We're going to show them. And then attacked our babies, attacked our elderly, attacked our women. Good night. They do that to this day. You ever see them videos in Brooklyn when what's that nigga name? Where he be like, "Oh, King David." They don't never attack him, but like I've seen videos of Amalek attacking older brothers and sisters, attacking, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters that can't defend themselves. My God, I buy like this might just be me and my carnality quite as well. If Amalek rolled up on me, that would be, brother, I would love it. Listen, if Goldberg and Heisenberg and Steinberg wanted to try, test themselves, they might. I would love it, but they're not going to do that. They're not, because they're not going to pick on somebody that they know is going to fight back.
Right.
They're like a bully. A bully is not going to bully someone that they think will fight them back. The thought of them, like if it was like, he might hit me back. No, he'll take it. They'll take it. They'll take it. And we in a state right now where we feel as though that we got to take it. You want to know why Amalek don't mess with the UPK? Because they know better. They know we not going to take it. Listen, man, I relish in that day, Koyashwan, where if Amalek wanted to try it, or even wanted to debate, or even wanted to have a sit down, they're not going to do it because they already know. Keep reading. Read verse 3. Somebody pick it up. 1 Samuel 15 and verse 3. Bubba for sure.
1 Samuel 15 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and women.
Listen, the Lord said, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. And slay who? And slay who? Read.
But slay both man and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
Now listen, the Lord said that we were supposed to smote everybody. All Amalek had to go for what they have done to our people. Let me tell you something. The Lord's time ain't like our time. A lot of time passed after that, but he ain't forget what Amalek did. Quite a time. He said, "Nah, man, line them up. Line them up." Now, that's what I want you to do, Koyashwan. I want you to drop down to verse . All this is good. Drop down to verse 11.
Verse 11.
1 Samuel 15
and 11.
And verse 11.
It repenteth to me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he turned back.
Read verse 9.
Well,
verse 8.
Verse 8.
Read verse 8.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive.
Now, he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Right.
He was supposed to unalive everybody, but he spared Agag. He took him alive. Keep going.
And utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lamb.
And that disobedience, that's what caused Saul to not be king, to cease being king.
Right.
Because the Lord commanded Saul to kill Agag and everybody. But he decided, he said, no, man, I'm going to spare Agag. He got all this good oxen. He got, you know what I mean? He got all these good sheep, this good lamb. We're going to keep that when the Lord said, get rid of everything. The point is with this part is understand when the Lord give you an order, fulfill it. Do it. Don't disobey. Not disobey. That has been our history. Right. Us not doing what the Lord said to do. And because of that, that's how you get Haman. Haman is an Agagite. He's a descendant of Agag. Because one brother did not listen and fall through and complete that order to unalive him. That's how his descendants said with him go on. Now, let's go back to Editions of Esther, right, Bob? Go to the Editions of Esther. I want you to go to Go to 13 and 1.
addition to Esther, chapter 13 and verse 1. The copy of the letters was this: the great king Ahasuerus writeth these things to the princes and governors that are under him from India unto Ethiopia in 127 provinces. Verse 2. After that, I became Lord over many nations and had dominion over the whole world, not lifted up with presumption of my authority, but carrying myself always with equity and mildness. I propose to settle my subjects continually in a quiet life, and making my kingdom peaceable and open for passage to the utmost coast, to renew peace, which is desired for of all men. Verse 3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Ammon, that excelled in wisdom among us, and was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom. Verse 4, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations.
Now you see what Haman did, that Mordecai is saying? Because Mordecai foiled that plot, you know what I mean, of Haman, you know what I mean, overthrowing a rascal. Haman went out and said, now I'm about to bother, I'm about to oppress, I'm about to set out and destroy Mordecai and his people, to destroy the Israelites. Now he out there spreading rumors about us, letting us know shalom, right? And was so heavy, right? Saying that, oh, we're a malicious people, that we have laws contrary, you know what I mean? Trying to paint a picture, you know what I mean, to these other providences that we have to be annihilated, that we got to get up out of here, that we are dangerous, you know what I mean, to everybody else. All because he couldn't get his way in becoming the king.
Right.
And how he was going to do it. Because a righteous brother foiled his plot. Is that not the history of Jacob and Esau?
Right.
Where Esau is getting ready to do something underhanded, diabolical, and then Jacob's like, nah, we ain't going for that.
Right.
And what does Esau do in typical Esau fashion? Oh, nigga, you got to die.
Right.
That has always been their history. Keep going, Ibad.
And continually despise the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward. Verse 5. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state.
And evil affected to our state. So because we don't eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, because we don't do the things that these other nations do, look at how they twist it. Look at how they twist things. Because we don't live like them, because we're not conforming to their lifestyle, that is deemed evil to everybody else. But it's glorious to our God. It's glorious to our God. That's why when I took you to 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter, and the 6th verse, on why it was unlawful to be a Jew. This is why. Because with our law, statutes, and commandments, that gives us a level of wisdom that these other nations don't have. When you read in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, it says what, Ibad? That our commandments, you know what I mean, and how we conduct ourselves and obeying our God, that listen, man, that it would set us above these other nations, that these heathens would look at us and be like, surely this is a wise and understanding people. Right. Now these heathens are like, yo, man, I don't want them over me. We can't have that. Point is, they have always plotted against us. They have always sat by the way. Just like how Amalek did, you know what I mean, with us when we were coming out of Egypt. They have always been by the way, plotting on us, man. That's why they hunt our steps. This is why they do not want us to prosper. If I could, I'm going to drop you down. Drop down to verse, drop down to verse 15.
Verse 15.
Now, this is Mordecai praying to the Most High. Keep going. Additions to Esther 13 and verse 15.
And now, O Lord God and King, Spare thy people, for their eyes are upon us to bring us to naught. Yea, they desire to destroy the inheritance.
They desire to what?
To destroy the
They
inheritance.
desire to destroy the inheritance. They want to destroy us, man. That's why when I took, when we talked about Psalms 83rd chapter, that's always been their goal, to make sure that our name is in no more in remembrance. They don't want us, to keep our commandments. They don't want us to come back to our king. These other nations plot day and night to keep us at the bottom, to keep us oppressed. The solution is getting up from under them. The solution is by getting up in this school. If you do not do it, you're going to continue to be destroyed, man. You see what Mordecai is doing? Mordecai is lamenting. Mordecai is setting up, setting up a lamentation, come beseeching our God. Because when we come in times of calamity, when we come in times where we are suffering, where we are about, where we were facing utmost destruction, the only one that we can call upon is our God. Our problem today is that we think that we can call upon the oppressor or this nation or that nation, or call upon a different God that has done nothing for our people. Nothing whatsoever. Keep going.
That have been thine from the beginning. Verse 16. Despise not the portion which thou hast delivered out of Egypt for thine own self.
That's heavy. Despise not the portion that thou hast delivered out of Egypt for thyself. Meaning, don't despise us. We were the ones that the Most High delivered out of Egypt, delivered out of captivity. We've been here before, Kwayashwan. We was facing the same thing in Egypt. When we were in Egypt, they came after our babies. They said, yo, if a boy is born, throw him in the river with the crocodiles and the gators. They used our babies as alligator bait. That's not a coincidence. Scripture said there is no new thing under the sun. They have always done this. The portion that the Lord brought out of slavery in Egypt is us. It's us. And every time where we face, this level, of destruction, always got a God to fall back on. That's why when you see what's going on in World War III, I was talking to a brother today, Quad, he was terrified. He said, man, what we going to do? We are under attack. I said, what you mean by we?
Right.
I said, brother, we have been under attack. Right. Brother, I don't know where you from, brother. We are in the ghetto, the barrio. We've been under attack for over 500 years. I'm not worried about Iran. I'm not worried about God damn. I ain't worried about Iran. I ain't worried about these other heathen nations. Let them destroy each other. Right. There is a life outside. That's another thing you got to understand. There is a glorious life outside of America. Some of us are too narrow, are too narrow-minded, where you can only think about your own lust, your own proclivities, your own stupid desires in this place, and can't see the grand design of Christ's kingdom. You can't even fathom how great our King's kingdom is going to be. Whatever kind of greatness you want to achieve here, I'm not saying that you can't achieve it, but you're going to achieve that and so much more, 100-fold in Christ's kingdom, as long as you do the right thing. What's doing the right thing? Right. Some things you got to let go. You got to let go of that pride. You got to let go of that ego. Got to stop thinking, that it's me against the world, man. It's us against them. They are against blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women, the children of Israel. They are against our King, Yahushua Mashiach. They are against our power, our God, Yahweh. How do you know this? What's going on here with Mordecai and Esther and our people during this time where we were under the captivity of the Babylonians and going in to Ahasuerus and the Assyrians, guess what? We've been here before. We have been in this predicament before. We got out of it. There is a way out. There is a way. We're going to break it down. Keep going.
Despise not the portion which thou hast delivered out of Egypt for thine own self. Verse 17. Hear my prayer and be merciful unto thine inheritance. Turn our sorrow into joy, that we may live, O Lord, and praise thy name, and destroy not the mouths of them that praise thee, O Lord. All Israel in like manner cried most earnestly unto the Lord, because their death was before their eyes.
Go to verse 4. Go to chapter 14 and start at verse 1.
Yes, sir. This is the book of additions to Esther, chapter 14 and verse one. Queen Esther also, being in fear of death, resorted unto the Lord.
Now, this is what Esther did. And sisters, you can do this too. You can do this as well. There is a way you can fight. You don't fight the same way, you know what I mean? A man goes to fight, you know, and go to war. But you have your own war to fight too. You could definitely beseech the Lord. And what Esther did was heavy. Read.
She, verse 2, she laid away her glorious apparel and put on the garments of anguish and mourning. And instead of precious ointments, she covered her head with ashes and dung. And
you don't know, like that's how, you know what I mean, we would set up a lamentation back then. You got a sackcloth, man, and got out there. You wasn't out there, you know what I mean, in your Gucci and your Dior and what's other the stuff that y'all wearing nowadays. You ain't do none of that. You got out there and you look like goddamn, you look like you was Kanye West. You gotta come out there looking homeless. But the point is to humble yourself before the Most High. Right. And that's a hard thing to do. But Ashwan, that is a hard thing to do. Like that pride could be something vicious to where you think it's beneath you. But what you got to understand already, we are already beneath our God. Right. You got to humble yourself and come to the Most High. See what Esther doing? Keep reading.
And she humbled her body greatly, and all the places of her joy she filled with her torn hair. Verse 3. And she prayed unto the Lord God of Israel, saying, O my Lord, thou only art our king. Help me, desolate woman, which have no helper but thee.
Listen, Esther is saying, help me, O Lord. I have no helper but you. And what's so important, you know what I mean, the more people have to realize, Ra, is that we are nothing without our God. You think you something. You think your talent, and this is what you got to understand. Your talent and everything great about you, it's not because of your talent. It's not because you can do this or you can do that. You are nothing without our God. You are nothing without the Most High. Scripture says in Isaiah that my righteousness is as a filthy rag. That's the first thing you have to understand and realize, man. We are helpless without our power. Without our God, where would we be? Brother, we wouldn't be here. Because multiple times these other nations tried to get rid of us, but we are still here. Right. We are still here. And I'm glad to say, Quadi, we know how to humble ourselves when the time is right. Right. But the problem is we got to stop delaying it. Stop putting it on the back burner. Right. Now is the time to humble yourself now and say, God damn it, I need some help. Like when we say up these prayers, man, when we say the Lord, listen to us now, right now, send up them curses. We want the Lord to send evil and curses to this place for everything they have done to our Latino brothers and sisters. Everything they have done to the First Nation man and woman, to that black man and woman. Look what they did in Venezuela. Like, God damn. Out there and raped them of their resources, man. Unalive the president, Maduro, took well, they ain't unalive, but God damn. They put him in a Nike Tech. He would nigga went to bed in a suit and woke up in a Nike Tech. Oil was gone, money was gone. He's in the gulag somewhere down there in New York or Florida. Like he in the gulag right now. You know the Lord against you. Did you imagine going to bed in your king size bed in them silk sheets and you wake up in a stone cold cell on the concrete and a Nike Tech? God damn. It's a rough one. Keep going, Ibad.
Verse 4, my danger is in my hand. Verse 5, from my youth up, I have heard in the tribe of my family.
She's saying from her youth up, meaning when she was brought up, when she was raised, because Mordecai raised her. Mordecai took his time, you know what I mean, and raising Esther up the right way, raised her to be a noble and honorable sister, man. Keep going. That feared the Most High, because that's why she's praying. Keep going.
That thou, O Lord, tookest Israel from among all people and our fathers from all their predecessors, for a perpetual inheritance.
Listen, she understood, man, that the Lord took us from among all people, from these heathen nations, and gave us an inheritance, a perpetual inheritance, man, that we are always going to have. Keep reading.
And thou hast performed whatsoever thou didst promise them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. And now we have sinned before thee.
Read that again.
And now we have sinned before thee.
Now it's just like, man, Lord, we have sinned before. We have sinned before thee. This is where the lament comes from. This is where how you are supposed to repent, acknowledge it, and change. That's another thing, quite the thought that brothers and sisters don't want to do. You think you can continue in whatever wickedness that you are doing? I am here to tell you that the Lord's eyes are what? A million times brighter than the sun. He see everything that you do. And you reap what you sow. Whatever a man reap, that much he also sow. Right. What goes around comes around. Keep going.
And now we have sinned before thee. Therefore, thou hast given us into the hands of our enemies.
Now we have been given unto the hand of our enemies, those that hate us. Read.
Verse 7. Because we worship their gods.
Because we what?
Because we worship their gods.
Because we worship their gods. Because we worship the gods of these other nations, guess what, man? Ooh-wee. Now we are destroyed, man. Right. Now we are in this predicament in the first place. It always goes back to that, right? Right. Keep going.
O Lord, thou art righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8.
Verse 11.
Drops to verse 11. Come on. Verse 11. O Lord, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing.
The Lord said, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing. That is heavy. Salaki, y'all get the conversation now? Salaki. Aqua. The voice is there.
Verse 11. O Lord. Yes, sir. Verse 11. O Lord, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing.
Give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing. Meaning, don't give the power, don't give dominion unto these nations that are nothing. Keep going.
And let them not laugh at our fall, but
and
turn.
Let them what? And let them not what?
And let them not laugh at our fall.
And let them not laugh at our fall. Meaning this. And that's heavy. Did not the Lord? Did not Moses do the same thing? Did not Moses do the same thing? Quite the Lord was going to make a nation out of Moses. He was going to destroy us, and then everybody would have been Masha Bun Lawyer. Better than me, because if I was Moses Koyashwan, we all would be Yediah on your house. Need you to understand that Moses was an incredible brother and better than me. But what Esther is saying is heavy. He's like, Lord, don't make an example out of us. Don't do that. Let them not laugh at our fall. The Lord had to tell Moses the same thing. Like, Lord, they were just going to say that you took them out, you took us out of Egypt to just destroy us in the wilderness. Right. That's important to understand too. That's important to understand. And Esther understood that, letting you know that she was raised right. She understood that Mordecai did an excellent job in raising this sister up. Keep reading.
Yes, sir. And let them not laugh at our fall, but turn their device upon themselves and make him an example that have begun this against us.
Listen, man, she said, listen, let that device that they have for us, that plot to unalive us, let that get turned upon them. That plan that they have to exterminate us, let that be brought upon them. And guess what? It did. Keep going.
Verse 12. Remember, O Lord, make thyself known in time of our affliction, and give me boldness, O King of the nations.
O Lord, make thyself known in the time of our affliction. Meaning this. To make yourself known, meaning this. Let's see the glory of the Most High in the time where we are suffering the most. Right. That everybody can understand that our God's name is Yahweh. Is that not what Psalms 83rd chapter says? That let it be known that who our God is. This is a lament, a prayer that Esther is saying, man. And the Lord answered this prayer. Keep going.
O King of the nations and Lord of all power,
Drop down to verse 19.
Verse 19. O thou mighty God above all, hear the voice of the forlorn, and deliver us out of the hands of the mischievous, and deliver me out of my fear.
Mm-hmm. Now she says this, but now she's getting ready at the end of her prayer. She's getting ready to go see Erasmus. And what's so heavy about it, though, Quatazal, was so beautiful about it, that it worked. That the Lord was with her. Mind you, Mordecai had to let her know, because at first she wasn't, you know what I mean, she was a little skeptical of it. But Mordecai had to tell her, you know, like what war was breaking out yesterday, that if you don't do it, the Lord will use somebody else. Right. Let's go to verse 15, or chapter 15. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of additions to Esther, chapter 15 and verse 1. And upon the third day, when she had ended her prayers, she laid away her mourning garments, and put on her glorious apparel. Verse 2. And being gloriously adorned, after she had called upon God, who is the beholder and savior of all things, she took 2 maids with her. Verse 3. And upon the one she leaned, as carrying herself daintily. Verse 4. Verse 4. And the other followed, bearing up her train. Verse 5. And she was ruddy through the perfection of her beauty, and her countenance was cheerful and very amiable, but her heart was in anguish for fear. Verse 6. Then having passed through all the doors, she stood before the king, who sat upon his royal throne, and was clothed with all his robes of majesty, all glittering with gold and precious stones, and he was very dreadful. Verse 7. Then lifting up his countenance that shone with majesty, he looked very fiercely upon her, and the queen fell down, and was pale, and fainted, and bowed herself upon the head of the maid that went before her.
Now, what's so heavy about this, Quayashwan, you know what I mean? She put on her glorious apparel. She put on them smell goods, you know what I mean? Got, you know what I mean? Dialed up, got beautiful, and said, I'm about to run game on him. He's sitting up there looking terrifying. You know what I mean? He gazed upon her, and what she do? She did that faint. That's another thing, too. You can get your man to do whatever you want, you know what I mean? But you just got to know how to do it. Some of y'all be trying to come at your man like he's a nigga, and that is never going to work. That is never going to work. You're going to be talking to him like, you know what I mean? Like you pooch ice, and you ain't going to get nothing. It's a way to do it. Right. Put on them oils that Captain Zariak, you know what I mean, got, you know what I mean, and talk to him in a smoother, softer tone. Listen, man, you can get whatever you want from your man. That's the understood that. Keep reading.
Verse 8. Then God changed the spirit of the king into mildness.
Now, the Lord changed his spirit into mildness. He seen, listen, the Lord changed that man's spirit, turned to mildness, and he seen her fall. Keep going.
Who in a fear leaped from his throne.
He leaped from the throne. When the last time you see somebody leap? You know what? I ain't gonna go there. Some of y'all niggas is hardcore, man. I know Payachwan ain't leaving for nothing. Oh, and the Thun don't even hold the door for his rib. I'm just saying. Some of y'all niggas, man, god damn. We gotta do better. we gotta talk to that brother quiet. We gotta do better, man. We got to, brother. You gotta do better. He leaped when he saw her fall. Keep going.
And took her in his arms till she came to herself again, and comforted herself with loving words, and said unto her, verse 9, Esther, what is the matter? I am thy brother. Be of good cheer.
He said, man, Esther, I am thy brother. Be of good cheer. Because you got to understand, like a war was breaking down yesterday, if he didn't put that scepter out to you, and if he didn't call you, you was out of here. You was gone. It was good. I don't know a woman named Irene, but if you do, tell her I said good night. You was out. That was it. Keep going.
Verse 10. Though thou shalt not die, though our commandment be general, come near. Verse 11. And so he held up his golden scepter and laid it upon her neck.
He held up that golden scepter, man, and that was it. She was cool.
Right.
And then she let it be known, man. He let it be known. I want you to go to Additions to Esther 16. And I want you to start at verse. I want you to start at verse 8. Start at verse 8.
This is the book of Esther, 16 verse 8. And we must take care for the time to come, that our kingdom may be quiet and peaceable for all men. Verse 9. Both by changing our purposes and always judging things that are evident with more equal proceeding. Verse 10. For Ammon, a Macedonian, the son of Amathatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood.
Now you got to understand, Haman's not, and the scripture is telling you that Haman's not a Persian.
Right.
The Persians today, ironically, would be the Iranians.
Right.
So Ahasuerus today, you know what I mean, would be from Iran. Those are the Persians. And they saying he's a stranger from the Persian blood. Meaning and it says he's the son of Hamathala, he's a gay guy, he's Amalek. And we dealing with Amalek and, you know what I mean, the Persians right here.
Right.
Keep going.
And far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us. Verse 11. Had so far forth obtained the favor that we shew toward every nation, as that he was called our father, and was continually honored of all the next person unto the king. Verse 12. But he, not bearing his great dignity,
not bearing his great dignity. Esther also knowing how to communicate and talk to the king, letting them know. Like, you imagine she's sitting up there saying, but him not in his great dignity. Let him know, like, you know, he ain't real. He ain't a real nigga. He ain't thorough. He not honest. Keep going.
Went about to deprive us of our kingdom and life. Verse 13. Having by many fold and cunning deceits sought of us the destruction, as well of Mordecai, who saved our life and continually procured our good, as also of blameless Esther, partaker of our kingdom, with their whole nation.
It was so heavy. She's saying, listen, man, with his lying and his deceitfulness, just like Amalek, started the plot on us, man. Where Mordecai, you know what I mean, did everything in service to you, saved your life, actually from this bastard. Right. Now he's turned against us. Keep going.
Verse 14. For by these means he thought, finding us destitute of friends, to have translated the kingdom of the Persians to the Macedonians.
Now, to translate the kingdom from the Persians to the Macedonians, do y'all know who the Macedonians are? The real Macedonians. Well, I shouldn't say real Macedonians, because, okay, these Macedonians are the Greeks, not the Japhites who were there, you know what I mean, first, the Sabians. This is talking about the oppressor. Like when it says a stranger, when they talked about earlier being a stranger from the Persian blood, got to understand, man, Esau is a master at taking everybody's identity. Right. Like I said, we all went to the same public school system of Philadelphia. He was the Egyptian, the Persian, the Israelite, the Syrian. He was everything. He was the Mexican in Brad Pitt, the last samurai. Esau is everything. Right. Listen, Esau, ain't he Michael Jackson right now too? He the Australian, he everybody. God damn, not he everybody. Keep going.
Verse 15. But we find that the Jews, whom this wicked wretch have delivered to utter destruction, are no evildoers, but live by more just laws. Verse 16. And that they be children of the Most High and Most Mighty, living God, who have ordered the kingdom both unto us and to our progenitors in the most excellent manner. Verse 17. Wherefore ye shall do well not to put in execution the letters sent unto you by Ammon, the son of Amathatha.
Now listen, Esther is letting him know, you know what I mean, the game, you know what I mean, that Haman was trying to run and was so excellent and was so well said about it, he ain't even know about it. He's sitting here looking like, God damn, you tried to plot and run game on me. Now you're trying to plot and run game on, you know what I mean, the queen and her people. Hey, man, you got to go. Keep going.
Verse 18. For he that was the worker of these things is hanged at the gates of Susa with all his family. God, who ruleth all things, speedily rendering vengeance to him according to his deserts.
Listen, what's so heavy about that, and we read it earlier, about how when Esther and Mordecai prayed, you know what I mean, for that device to be turned on them, it did. It wasn't just Haman that went on the gallows. He went on there, his sons went on there, his wife went on there, his whole family went up there. And that's the God that we serve. Don't think, you know what I mean, that our enemies are untouchable. They very much so are. Go ahead, Nacho.
I don't Solomon 15:2.
Sing us up.
First Solomon 15:2.
Wisdom of Solomon.
I'm at First Samuel.
15 and verse 2? We did.
You
Well,
ready?
we, read it. Oh, we can go to it again.
If you could.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way.
It's crazy because the Lord said he remember his ops. He remember his ops.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be op YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? That's a bad situation.
Allah is crazy. Allah is crazy. Listen, and what's so heavy about that, I'm going to close with this. What Nacho is saying is heavy. The Lord remembers everything. Like when he said, I remember Amalek, I want you to think about where we are in this period. Like Saul is king. Like we are in our land established. That was way back when we was coming out of Egypt. That was way back then. That was a good while ago. The Lord remembers his enemies. And listen, man, he sees what goes on today. ICE persecutes La Raza. He sees what goes on, you know what I mean, with our West Indian and Haitian brothers and sisters, and what goes on with us here in America. Guess what? The scriptures say this, man, in Amos, the ninth chapter, in the 8th verse, man, that he is utterly going to destroy the sinful kingdom. Now is the time to get right. Like the scripture says in Zephaniah 2:1, to gather yourself together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. We got to come back together here. We got to understand that Commander General YAHANNA here in the Israelite School of UPK desires every Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman to come back into this truth. Our King requires us to come back into this truth, and our God Yahweh demands us to come back into this truth. And with that being said, I'm Preaching Officer 5,000 Yadai. That's my brother, Preaching Officer 500 Quatazai. I want to take the water for tuning in. And I mean, it's the closing of the Feast of Purim. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to my brother, Priest and Officer in the Thanyah.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Shalom, brothers, and the I.S.U.K. security announcement. Case on West, on 25th Street, New York, the Commander General YAHANNA. Rules for new brothers and sisters. The new brothers and sisters come into the school. They are off limits. 6 months. They are here to be saluted only.
they are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After the 6 months, if a brother or sister if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find that in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, or Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, Mayashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department. Priest funds, free willing offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, that would be what the Passover. The Passover, and that's April 8th. In Houston, Texas. Right. Wait, what? I mean April. Slacky. The Passover will be in on April 4th. Houston, Texas. Yeah. Is it Houston, Texas? It's Houston, Texas. In Houston, Texas. Remind Aqua to read the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start to wear all black boots, shirts, headbands, and scarves. With that, in Israel, I might stand. In Israel, we're going to get one person salute. In Israel, I might be back. Mike, rock. Yeah. Star. Sisters, we stand. When it is Israel, we're going to give Sister one courtesy salute. Mike and Shabbat. Mike. Rock. Yeah. Top. No,
Yeah,